Hi dear friends, and welcome to my little garden. Today you will follow me around with a project for a couple of days actually. It's Thursday today and I have just started to prepare for a wedding. One of my dear friends, Erika, is getting married and she asked me for help with the flowers for the wedding. I'm not going to do the wedding bouquets, but I'm going to help her to decorate the barn where the wedding is going to take place. So today I am harvesting lots and lots of flowers and starting to prepare a few things, and I just wanted to let you come along to see. And now I am going to start with harvesting the big things, tall things. We are going to use kind of container, you know, where you in the old days you bought milk in a certain bucket, and they are very popular in Sweden to use for, you know, as a vase. So I'm going to collect sunflowers, the amaranth, and a few other things that will suit very well in those kind of containers. So let's see what we can find. I'm going to do a harvest here at Oak Hill in my little cottage garden, but I'm also going to drive home on my way to Erika to collect flowers at home as well. So this is what I'm going to start with, the big and tall things, and then move on with the smaller varieties of flowers for the mason jars, and also bouquets and a few arrangements if I have enough flowers and time. I will definitely need more buckets. I know that Erika, she wanted to have plenty of sunflowers, so she have sown a lot herself, but they are not yet in bloom, so I will pick a few of the ones that I have. I have red ones and maybe some yellow ones at home too. I'm not sure how much I will need. Maybe I'll just put them in the car and drive. Ja, det var igår som jag körde hela. vad fint! Titta här. Ja, vad festligt och fint.
Ja, visst.
Supertjusigt. Good morning to you. I love this time of the day. This is where I end up just being myself for a while without having to think of anything else than myself. So usually I go up 5:30 or maybe at 6 o'clock. This morning 6 o'clock. To go out for a couple of hours before the rest of the family is awake. It's been quite a busy summer for me with lots of work, and we have also been away quite a few times with the family, with the kids. Last summer we didn't go anywhere. This morning I am actually out in the garden with a purpose. Tomorrow, a very dear friend of mine is getting married. They are going to have the ceremony outside under a tree, and then they are going to have a small party in a barn. It's a beautiful place and they have prepared it really, really nice. And I'm going to help her with flowers. Not the actual, wedding bouquet, but with flowers to simply make the barn look beautiful. I started already yesterday by harvesting lots of, tall flowers in my cottage garden and brought it to Erika and Elias to prepare, old milk buckets and stuff like that. So I think we got at least 10 of them. Today I am up early to harvest pretty much whatever I can find in my garden here to make bouquets and other kinds of arrangements. I also stayed up late last night to make the mason jar flower arrangements, 12 in small glass jars. So I have prepared that, and they are very, they are beautiful, very, romantic and nice summer feeling. I'm going to start with the snapdragons. I have plenty of snapdragons in the garden, and I didn't tie them up. I should have done that. I was prepared to do that, but I simply couldn't find the time, unfortunately. So I'm going to cut them today because they are very, they are not growing straight up. And I can use them to make some kind of arrangement where I want the flowers to, not to stand up straight. I am a bit nervous about this because I have not done it before. And, making a bouquet for yourself is kind of nice and everything. But when you deliver to someone else, or in this case, it's a very special moment, it's kind of important that it's okay and that it looks gorgeous, etc. But let's just hope it's going to be okay. Unfortunately, I have a problem, and that is we had such a cold spring in Sweden, so things are very, very late. I mean, I nearly have tomatoes in my greenhouse yet. Here are the mason jars I did yesterday evening, night. Yellow, pink, red and green-ish. I think they look beautiful. And I also think I'm going to put them in the car to drive them to Erika's place. This video will make no sense, I guess. Just me walking around the garden picking flowers, but that is also, you know, a beautiful morning for a gardener to be able to do this. I mean, just the fact that I actually grew all these plants and that I can use them is amazing. So now I'm going to fill a bucket with flowers for an arrangement at a very special place. It's in a small wooden mill. So starting with picking the cosmos. With some of the flowers, I think it's really nice to just harvest all there is at the plant. It will make the plant produce even more since I remove, the flower and the possibility to produce seeds. So like today, I'm simply going to harvest all the flowers I can find in this row. And the next day when I want to harvest, there are so many more flowers. I just love cosmos. They are my favorites. And I don't know if you remember, but I made a video earlier in spring to show you how to pinch cosmos. And I mean, they really looked miserable in that video. They were so tiny and the spring was so cold and everything was so late. But this is like what I get, and it's so worth it, I promise you. I don't think I want the things that are too, spiky. Few of the sunflowers maybe. Some of them are a bit too old, the flowers, but I will just cut them away so I still have the buds. I think I'm going to sneak in a little surprise. What about some peas? I think that will do for this arrangement at the moment, and when I am putting it together I might go out and pick a few more things depending on what I think is missing. something more fluffy, I guess. Oh, I forgot. I have saved the few dahlias that are in bloom right now, so I'm going to cut them too for this piece. So it's Saturday morning and this is the day for the wedding to happen. It's 6:30 in the morning and I just arrived to the little cottage again. I am very pleased with the piece that I did yesterday night. This is like a main piece for the wooden mill that I talked about, and I stayed up really late to make this. And it actually hit me when I was finished that I bought for my brother as a gift when he turned 50 a quite large piece, flower arrangement, and it costed like $600. So it's very expensive. And a piece like this, I don't know how much you would have paid for it. So it's a lot of value actually in the flowers. And it is, to me, it's such a nice thing to be able to give to a nice friend. I am here today starting to harvest some flowers for, more simple bouquets.